Welcome back to the ZeroW Podcast, where we talk about lifting, coaching, and more. You can learn more about ZeroW by going to www.zero.com.au. That's Zero with a W. We are also proudly sponsored by Establishment Coffee. Head to establishmentcoffee.com.au. Use the code 025 for 25% off and free shipping. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what all the cool kids say. And if you're on Spotify, hit that 5-star review. We love it. Enjoy the show now. Okay, let's hit it. Hello, how are we all?
Fantastic. How are you?
Amazing.
What's everyone been up to?
James, what have you been up to?
What have I been? Can you turn my headphones up a little? Yo. What have I been up to?
Man, you like it loud, hey?
Drown out the noises in my head.
Because I'm number one and I'm the quietest, and even that for me is
What am I on?
quite loud. You are number 2.
It's pretty loud.
And you're up there with Bridget, but James has by far got it turned up the most.
Jeez.
All right. Anyway, what were we saying?
What have we been up to? What have I been up to?
Yeah.
What did we do on the weekend, my darling?
We hosted the UFC.
Oh, yeah, just had some friends over, watched the
that was
UFC.
nice. It was the most boring card ever.
It was.
Sorry,
It's terrible.
we were absent.
We were, that's all good.
It's,
Next time.
We're trying to, we were going to go to it too. I'm so glad we
Yeah, glad we didn't go.
Where
it was in
was it?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Okay. Because I saw Andy and Adan went.
Yeah. It was a cool card. It was just long and kind of boring, but it is what it is.
What's a card?
Like all the list of fighters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Kind of like the itinerary, I guess you
Yeah.
can call it.
it was boring because there were no like extreme.
Every fight was kind of
Moments.
good. They just all went the distance.
Yeah,
Like,
there were no real submissions or knockouts or anything crazy.
like you pay to see finishes.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's one of those. I know it's weird, bro. You could have the best record in MMA history, and the UFC might not sign you because you don't finish people.
You got to be entertaining.
Yeah,
You got to sell tickets.
What's funny, so I did a solo podcast last week, and the whole thing was about how to make powerlifting more professional.
mm-hmm.
And like it's the one thing that powerlifting federations, leaders have just not given thought to, which is the fact that for a sport to grow, it has to be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty crazy to hear that you can watch, from a logical perspective, it might be more value for your money to have a fight last longer because you have more fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But really, that's not what you want to see. From an entertainment perspective, you want to see 10 seconds, some dude just get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah,
That's it.
and the UFC is kind of heading in a direction where it's really CJ. You can agree with me on this. It's very wrestling heavy now. There's lots of Russians and Eastern
Yeah, it is,
European
hey.
guys that are dominating UFC now, and they've all got that real wrestling heavy style. So it's a little bit more boring. If you're a fan of, if you're really if you're a proper fan of the sport, you appreciate it. But if you're just something like the UFC relies on so many casuals.
Yeah.
So it makes it really difficult.
Yeah, because I'm not a combat sports fan per se. I appreciate it, but I don't go out of my way to watch it. But I'd much rather see someone get kicked in the head and fall on the ground
100%.
than 2 people hugging and rolling around for 20 minutes.
1,000%.
I don't know. Maybe it's because James does jiu-jitsu and we know more about it now, but that part's really interesting now.
Yeah, because you've got an active interest in it now. And you
Yeah.
kind of know what's going on.
Yeah,
The
but I
general
mean-
population just want to see a slugfest.
Yeah, well, that's the
Yeah.
nuance of any sport, isn't it? We can appreciate the intricacies of powerlifting a bit more, but the average person that would be watching someone lift weights just wants to see someone lift really heavy. They
Yeah.
don't care what the technique is or the strategy or anything like that.
And besides, when we're at powerlifting comps, besides so obviously when you watch really strong people, it's really enjoyable. But it's also when you watch really charismatic people.
Yeah.
That's so entertaining and so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's how I started talking to Reeves in the first place, because I used to, when we'd watch him at comps, he'd always just be screaming and shit. I'm like, fucker, who is this guy? Do you know what I mean though? It's yeah. It's one of those sports.
The coolest part of the whole card, I think, was when Strickland got his nose broken and then he just
what
back into place.
Yeah, what a meathead.
Mid-fight, he's just there.
He's
It was
walking
nice,
back
though.
with one hand up with his other hand on his nose, putting it back in place.
I don't want to see that. Oh my
It was
god.
pretty cool.
That's hectic.
Yeah.
Because it's the cartilage that's getting displaced, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but his whole nose was
because the bone only starts like here, right?
his whole nose was shifted to the side.
Yeah.
Have you ever broken your nose?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
First time I
Does
broke.
it look like it?
First time I ever broke my nose, I just woke up in the morning with 2 black eyes. I was like, "What the fuck?"
So how did that happen? Footy?
Playing footy, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just got smacked in the face. It really hurt my nose. My nose was bleeding and everything at the time. But I was like, "Nah, it's just sore." And then,
my
woke up in
goodness.
the morning with 2 black eyes. Had to go to the
Oh,
doctors.
shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, wild. What did we do?
On Saturday, Thomas took me on a surprise date in Brisbane, and we did an escape room. That was fun. And we had lunch, and he made me breakfast, and it was a really good Saturday.
How good.
Tell us about the escape room.
It was like a murder mystery style themed room, and we had to find out who the murderer was. Turns out it was Thomas.
So
Oh.
how do they pick who the murderer is? Do they just like...
They assigned us these little, because it was set in an office.
You're
and
like, you had office tags. Like you had a little.
so
Yeah.
were we employees?
Yeah, we were employees.
Yeah.
I was Justin Timberlake.
I was, who was I?
Sandra, no,
Not Sandra Bullock.
one of those.
I was someone.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, I was Julia
Yeah.
Roberts. And Thomas is like, who's that? And I'm like, Julia Roberts,
What?
Thomas. He had no idea.
You know who she is now, right?
Like I know the name Julia Roberts. If you showed me a photo, I'm like, I know that person's an
Do you
actress.
know the movie Pretty Woman?
Yeah, I'm not
Then
completely.
that's her.
Yeah, but
But what else is she in?
She's in Steel Magnolias.
Eat, Pray, Love.
Miss Congeniality.
No, that's Sandra Bullock.
I was about to say.
See, they're the same person.
I was literally just about to say that. Sandra Bullock, Julia Roberts, same thing.
What else has Julia Roberts been in? I feel like she's a huge actress, but I can't think of
Oh,
any
she was in that
movies.
recent horror one where they've all got their eyes closed.
What?
A Quiet Place.
No, she's
No.
not, sweetie. That's a completely different person.
Oh, that 70s show.
That's
And we watched Snowpiercer.
oh,
What's
is it?
that?
Don't recommend.
No,
Don't
It
recommend.
was okay. It was
No.
okay.
Wait, is this a new thing?
Nah,
It's from 2013.
I thought so.
There's a newer version of a TV show.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of.
It's
So it's
good.
no good.
It's a cool concept.
Yeah, the concept
It's like
is super cool.
sci-fi, but the older I get, the more hypercritical of plot and logic I get in movies, and it kind of ruins it for me.
Yeah, like we're
I'm a
watching-
bit of a sad sack to watch movies with these
Yeah, I
days.
am too.
We'll watch something and Thomas is like, that can't be right because the temperature could never drop this low. And it's like, it's a movie.
I get really annoyed with like errors in continuity as well.
Yeah.
Like I'll notice the time on a clock, and if in the next scene, if it's not consistent with the previous scene, I get really upset.
Mm-hmm.
And these amateurs.
I hate when they have a countdown, like a bomb's going to go off in 10 minutes, but there's like
There's
half an hour of footage.
45 minutes
Yeah.
of movie, yeah.
I love bad filming. Like, I reckon it's hilarious. Have you guys seen the clip of Ray J? And he's like talking to someone, but it pans to like me. So say I'm Ray J, and then the camera pans back to you. And every time it pans back to Ray J, his hat's on a different angle. So they must have filmed it in so many different parts.
I don't know who Ray J is.
Oh, he's like an R&B singer, but the first scene is hat straight, and then the second part is slightly to the side. Third one, it's backwards. And I always do it now to Bridget when we're like just having conversations.
Just
I'll
keep
turn
moving
away,
it.
I'll turn back and change
And I
that.
always want to see if she's noticed. And then the first time I did it, because I didn't say what I was doing, the first time I did it, she noticed, but on the download, so she goes, I just wanted to see if it would move again. And it's so funny. I don't know why. It's so stupid.
No,
It's so
that's
funny.
great. Brilliant.
All right. Do you guys we do the same thing every week, and I still need to look at what
Quotes.
we're doing.
Gratefuls and quotes.
Gratefuls.
All right. What are you guys grateful for?
Grateful for iron.
Like, as in like,
The supplement, like the...
or as in like
Yeah.
the cold steel?
Oh, which one do you think I'm referring to? Take a stab.
Well, every woman I know has low iron, so I'm assuming
That one.
it's
But
that
Meg
one.
lifts weights.
Yep.
Yeah, but what kind of dickhead would be like, oh yeah, I love the iron? No, I'm talking about iron, the supplement, because I'm well overdue for a blood test and an iron infusion because I'm really feeling it. And I'm like, oh, I miss the days where I woke up and I didn't feel like I could sleep another 6 hours.
Maybe that's my problem.
Mm.
Damn.
You need to go through Prescience.
What's that?
It's a new company that Zero's collaborating with. They
Was that a segue?
No. Honestly, it just sort of popped into mind. I'll talk more about it. Like I'll make a post about it and do it through Zero. But essentially, one of the members at at Zero Brisbane has been working on this thing for a while. No matter what you're getting blood work for, it's always a pain in the ass to go to the doctor. And then they're often really cagey about what you go and you're like, hey, I want to get this tested. They're like, no, why?
Yeah, why do they do that in Australia?
You don't have much control over your own desire to explore your own health. I don't know. They're just funny. It's hard to find a good doctor. And so basically this group will give you a blood test for whatever you're looking for. And then once you get the results, they have a platform that stores all the results. So you have instant access to your own data, because often getting your data from the doctors is a pain in the ass as well. But it's not just so you can make up your own stuff and control your own health. You're then connected with a doctor and you have phone consults, and they'll talk you through the findings and what you need to do in terms of changing supplementation or diet, and it's all geared around people who are invested in their health and performance. So it's really cool. I really love what he's doing. So
because there's heaps of companies in America, I won't say them on this podcast, but there's heaps of companies that like promote like hormone optimization and health optimization. So you can go get a specific panel done, and then they'll recommend what they think you should do from there on. I'm like, that's fucking so cool. And like you said here, because I got friends, I'm like, go get your bloods done, and then they'll go get their bloods done. They're like, why do you need to know your testosterone? It's like, mate, like, because it's fucking, it's me, like, it's my own health, my body.
And I mean, hormones is one thing, because a lot of people will instantly go like, oh, of course, people are going to need to do that when they're taking gear. I think it's even more important for natty people.
100%.
Because you don't have the safety net of just chucking more hormones in your system. Yeah. It's like understand all the precursors that are going to control hormonal balance, and then work out what supplementation you need to, like you're saying, optimize that for both health and performance. So I love what they're doing there, which is why I don't think Zero has collaborations with really any brands. Like obviously we've plugged Establishment across the road, but besides that, we very, very rarely, if ever, allow other brands to sort of come into our lives, because I'm very, very, very cagey about what I'm letting companies take from us. The membership base and our following and our connection to our members is extremely important to me, and I don't want to be a billboard for all these other random companies. So I really love what they're doing. And if you're a Zero member, you'll be hearing a lot more about that soon.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took that. Derailed that conversation.
No, that's good. That's good. I wanted to piggyback. Here's a story. So in America, there's this company, like I was just talking about, and this guy was getting accused of taking steroids, even though he's natty. So he went and got his bloods done. And to prove it, like, they created content, whatever, to show that he's natty. But then he found out that he had, like, dangerously high, I'm going to say cholesterol. I think it was cholesterol. Yeah. But it's pretty funny how this guy pretty much saved his life for accusing him he's on steroids. I got his blood. I got dangerously high cholesterol. Let's fix this. He's like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. Interesting. What are you grateful for, Bridget?
I'm grateful for my memory foam pillow. How long have I had that now? Like 6
months?
No, I don't know why I haven't thought of this yet. I used to have neck pain constantly, like 24/7.
Oh, you did?
And
I haven't talked about it in ages.
I don't have it anymore.
No.
Since I bought this pillow.
Since she got the pillow.
Wow.
It's incredible. It was a bit weird to use at first because it's like real stiff. But now I can't sleep without it.
You used to just have like a regular...
Just a regular pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible. I can't remember what brand it is. But yeah, it's just memory foam with a little neck divot in it. It's fantastic. I love it.
So Meg has a memory foam pillow, but she doesn't. Meg sleeps without a pillow.
No pillows at all.
Like so I walk very early in the morning, and when I come back from my walk, she's often still asleep. And 2 days ago, I found her with the pillow directly above her head, but her head was at a complete right angle. And one leg was like at a right angle as well.
That's like how poop sleeps.
Craned to the side. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear your neck pain's gone away, because that was bugging you for ages.
It really was. So long.
What are you grateful for, James?
I'm grateful for I actually love this routine. People are like, got to try and make coffee at home, save money. But I love this. I go through the drive-through at Starbucks every morning at like 5:40, and I get my ice long black, and it's just it's something I look forward to every morning.
So
Monday to Friday.
Something about a store-bought coffee.
100%. Yeah.
It's such a nice little treat.
And I love it. Like, I just go get my ice long black, rock up to the gym, first client at 6. So I get here at
So
6:05. No, I'm joking. But do you know what I mean? It's like it's such a great. It's like yes, like I don't know. I just love it. It's literally my favorite part of the morning.
It's such an easy way to funnel gratitude. It used to be my favorite thing at my old job because at 10:15 every day, this coffee cart guy would come and make coffee at like 10:15 on the dot.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I always find it funny when people are trying to shame people for, maybe they've got that thing. They eat out. Maybe they buy their lunch out at work every day. Like if the key to your financial success is saving $10 a day, there's bigger problems.
Yeah.
There's bigger fish to fry here. Like if you waste money on everything all the time, that's a different story. But to shame someone for going out and getting a coffee, it's like $5 a day. It's like,
How much is it, the long black?
It's like $7, but every 8th or 9th one is free.
Sweetie, what's 35 times 52?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Carry the 5 minus.
It's about 1,500, 1,250 or something.
I think I want the coffees every day.
Yeah, you know when people are like, you could have saved $1,100. I'm like, bro, I do not have fucking an extra 11. I can't go, damn, that extra $1,100 in
Changed
my
my
account
life.
was from me not getting those coffees. That was from me making my morning miserable this entire year.
Yeah. And all I got to show for it is $1,100.
Yeah. No, you just got to make a really elaborate. Look, if I don't have my coffee, I'll be late to work. I'll be grumpy. I'll lose my job. I'll become homeless. Are you asking me to throw away my entire life? Do you know how much this coffee saves me? You have no idea.
Yeah, because Nikki used to always give me shit about it.
Really?
She's like, you always got that. That's too expensive. Because she'd come in with a thermos or whatever. I'm like, And I used to try and I'm like, nah, I love this.
Just be like, do you know how much my time is worth? I'm actually wasting money spending time at home making a coffee. See, I'm the opposite. I hate coffee out. I hate cafes. I hate the noise. I hate the wait. I hate the sound of the grinder. I hate everything about a cafe experience.
Really?
So I'm much more happy to have a coffee at home. But I can say that about literally anything because I'm happy to be locked in a dark room for the rest of my life.
Yes, I'm grateful for that. What are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for? I guess I'm grateful for learning. Like I really try and learn from everything that I'm playing in business or in life, and it's just nice to be doing things that even as short as 6 months ago I wouldn't have been doing because I've learned from an experience back then. Like the first thing that came to mind is like the advertising that we've been doing and how it's applying differently in different locations and how different it was to last year. So advertising is a really hard game to play. And it's something I've always hated, and now I'm starting to enjoy the game of it, I guess.
It's one of those weird things that's always, it's forever evolving as well. So you always have to change it, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's horrible. All right. Quotes. What do we got?
Ooh.
My quote is, stop being offended. Being easily offended means you're easily manipulated.
Yes. Don't let someone else have control over your emotions like that.
Mine is success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking that they can't lose. Bill Gates.
Good one.
Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Nice. Socrates.
Today I will remember.
What was that from? Sorry.
I don't know.
You're right.
Google.
Google.
Okay. Today you will remember.
Today I will remember how much I used to dream of where I am now.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
All right. Got a few. Actually, no, I want to talk about something really quickly. I'm working on something. It's taken me a little bit longer than I want because I don't know. It's just the way I work. I'm working on a strength and conditioning program, and I'm marketing it towards grapplers. And it's going. We haven't launched it already, but I want to talk about it on the podcast because it's actually. I've got quite a few people doing it already.
Well, first, define what a grappler is for people who don't know.
Oh, okay. So this program, it's targeted towards combat athletes. Because it's pretty apparent in any sport. People don't know how to divide their time in the gym, doing, lifting weights, conditioning, and their chosen sport. Like some people forget that like the gym and the conditioning is meant to supplement their sport and not take away from it. So I think I've come up with a really good strategy, I guess you can call it, and programming it to help athletes become successful and not take away from their chosen sport.
Because there's layers to it, right? It's like every grappler will know that doing stuff in the gym is important.
Yeah.
But then it's like, how much to do? What should I do? Where do I start? How do I progress this? How do I make it work well?
Yeah, and like you guys have all seen it. Like you see so many athletes doing the dumbest exercise, or what we deem dumb, right? And we forget that like strength is literally the greatest foundation for anything, any sport. And it's kind of just like basic strength programming, like done well with like sprinkles of conditioning.
I can't get the image of LeBron James doing a back squat out of my head ever.
No one can.
Really?
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like we've got this expectation of him that he should be squatting, ass to grass with the SPD belt on and knee sleeves and having a tied upper back. But LeBron just wants to get his squats done and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about them. Like he's a $1 billion man kind of thing. He's doing that shit because he has to. He's 40 years old, still playing. He's not worried about squatting ass to grass or all that kind of jazz. But so far, the people that are doing it, I've just given it away to people for free at the moment, and so far they're fucking loving it. And now more people are messaging, asking to buy it and whatnot. But hopefully we can put it on the app. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah, for sure. What does it consist of? Like how many days a week? How's it broken down?
3 days a week, 3 weight sessions, 3 full body sessions, and then 2 optional conditioning sessions.
Yeah, nice.
Like the conditioning sessions, I say they're optional. Like if you're time poor, then that can be the first to go. I think strength training is way more important. You're going to get some kind of conditioning from the sport itself. So, yeah.
What is it? Walk us through an example of a full body session.
So you've got options. So like someone like me who's I like to say I'm time poor, but you guys are probably like, no, you're not. You're just lazy. So for me, there's like a squat variation. For me, I use the pendulum. I'll do some kind of, it literally just ticks the boxes. Yeah. Some kind of push, some kind of pull, some kind of squat, some kind of hinge, like, but just, I guess, dosed correctly. And I think it's a really good program.
Are the conditioning sessions weights based as well? No.
Like proper cardio, like assault bike, ski erg, bike erg, running, whatever you can do, whatever you enjoy. So Angus is doing it as well. That's pretty much Angus's program at the moment. He's fucking loving it. I think it's the most he's enjoyed training in a while.
Angus Roxburgh. Has he been doing jiu-jitsu?
No, but he's doing like the same kind of framework.
Yep.
And his training's awesome. And he's really fit as well. Yeah, so he's a bit of a weapon.
Angus?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well, he was a semi-professional rugby player.
Is he still planning on moving here?
Yes, they are. They're moving to Brisbane.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, I just want to talk about that on here because lots of people will message me about the podcast. It'll be cool. Like, if anyone hears this wants to...
Yeah, for sure.
Wants to have a sniff or get a sample of it, I can send you a week and you can go from there.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Sounds good. All right. What else we got?
One thing I want to talk about is, you guys will be good at this too, easiest hacks to be in a calorie deficit without trying.
I saw this and the first person I thought of was Josh Honke. How he has sandwiches and then whenever he's trying to lose weight, he just takes out one sandwich.
Yeah. Like really simple hacks, or who have like one less piece of cheese.
Yeah.
Well, Thomas is the person to ask because you've been dieting for a couple weeks now and it's going really well.
5 kilos down.
Let's go.
Wow,
I didn't even notice because you were so fat to begin with.
Stop looking for the negative and everything.
Well, I think the first and biggest, easiest hack to be in a calorie deficit is to increase your output. Like just walk.
Yeah.
Add. And if you can't, I prefer to get up early and go for like an hour and a half walk. Get it all out of the way. And then besides work, I do very little activity. Like me walking up and down the stairs and around home is pretty much all the extra activity I do. But if you don't want to commit to that, 3 10-minute walks during the day is 30 minutes. That's a decent amount of steps. Like literally track your steps, or I've never really been a believer in tracking steps, but it is a good metric. I think just rack up some time doing some extra cardio because it doesn't have to be a sustained period. Like as in, it's not like an hour straight is that much better than an hour broken up into 3 15-minute blocks. Wait.
Is there even a difference?
3 20-minute blocks.
Is there even a difference?
There would be minute differences,
Okay.
in terms of like how your body uses fuel after a sustained period of exercise.
There'd be like, little differences like heart rate and things like that.
Yeah, there would absolutely be a difference, but people like when you look at the differences and stuff like that, people will be like, oh, well, it's not as beneficial to do 3 20-minute walks, and I'm not going to commit to an hour, so they end up doing nothing. It's like anything is better than nothing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, just increasing your output. Personally, though, like if we're talking about food, I think it's just about eat things that you really like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've been eating the same things, but you've just been having less rice in the main meal that you've always had.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing. Similar to what Josh is doing is like have enough variability in your day that you can take things away without it actually impacting much. So like in my smoothie for breakfast is like I don't know 1,000 calories, and it's got 100 calories of honey. I can replace the honey with like sugar-free maple syrup and have pretty much the same experience, pretty much the same fullness, but knock 100 calories off the day. And then I could take away 20 or 30 grams of rice in my 2 rice meals, and then there's another 100 calories or whatever gone. So like I think one easy hack is to not just try and remove a meal or remove a big chunk, but take little tiny chunks out of multiple things so you barely notice it's happening.
Yeah. Or even like one thing that helps me as well is like little calorie leaks that like I don't that add up throughout the day. You know, the extra coffee that I have, that doesn't need to have milk and honey. That can be I can change, like you said, I can change it to just a long black with some, I don't know, sugar-free sweetener or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't need that big squirt of aioli with my dinner. I can just get rid of that completely.
Yeah,
you know,
getting rid of sauces is a big one.
or just being mindful, because we don't actually, well, lots of people don't realize that, you know, when people get the aioli, they do that big squirt. That's fucking 500 calories right there.
What kind of squirts are you doing of aioli?
Oh, well, I do about 7 of them, so fucking.
They put aioli on everything.
500 calories.
But like, I literally, my diet stayed I did my friend's challenge. It was just a whole foods diet, but there was just so many leaks in the system. That's why I was never losing weight. Sorry, I shouldn't say it like that because I don't consistently try to lose weight.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, just little cleaning up my diet by like removing those sources, not adding X, Y, and Z to my food. Like it's the other way for Bridget though. Like I try sneak calories into Bridget's food.
It's the equivalent of hiding broccoli in the spaghetti sauce.
But
trying to sneak some butter and oil in here and there.
That's what I do. I'll just cook Bridget's food with more butter. I'll cook Bridget's food with more olive oil, so it's the same thing, just reducing.
Just replace her water with olive oil. See if she notices.
I'd have to
Strange
drink
mouthfeel.
enough to notice that.
yeah, she'd have to drink water to begin with.
Bridget.
I know, it's bad.
Oh, no.
What is the devil?
I don't believe you drink water either, Meg. You got a new drink bottle every second day.
How
No,
much water do I
It's
drink?
not new. She's got 6 million on rotation.
See, how much water do I drink?
Huh?
How much water do I drink?
I don't know, like 100 liters a day.
It's too much.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really on top of the hydration.
Yeah, nice. Sorry.
No, the calorie leaks thing is perfect as well. Like, I think the illusion I convinced myself and those around me of is like, I'm only eating 3,300 calories a day and I'm putting on like 1 kilo a week. But what I don't see is like, every time I cook something, I eat half of it while I'm cooking it. So if I'm cooking for Meg, I'm also eating half of it. Can we please check who just died out there? And just like little sips here and there, little snacks here and there. It's the hardest thing about our house is just like open snacks everywhere.
It's like that's like our house.
I really want to know what just happened. That was
Well, while Thomas is checking that, I think that all of this stuff is a little bit more straightforward, and we all kind of deep down know how to make a calorie deficit easier. What I think people get stumped on is trying to be perfect. Like if you have a meal with friends, like a brunch this weekend, and then you decide that's ruined this whole week's progress, that holds people back far more often or frequently than, say, not knowing how to do dieting hacks. I think we all know how to do dieting hacks.
Because, obviously we all know that, like, there's only one way to lose weight, and that's to be in a deficit, a calorie deficit. But, where was I going with this?
it was Liam.
Is he okay?
I think so. I'm just trying to find the actual playback footage. Right now I'm looking at David Wilcock talking to Bridget, so that's not accurate.
Good to have him back, by the way.
Ago. Yeah, it was really nice to see him.
Everything okay?
Sorry, we're talking about the deficit. Fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Like, procrastination by perfection is what I'm saying. Because that's what I encounter with my clients, probably above all things.
Yeah.
that they'd be like, oh, I had a meal out, so I kind of just...
Yeah. That's like, oh yeah, sorry. So where I was going with that was like, fuck, how have I lost my train of thought again? I'll just use CJ as an example. CJ, you've lost, I don't know, you weighed yourself the other day. Am I allowed to say your weight? Yeah, like 139? 137.
Wow.
Bro, I still remember at one stage you were like you're heavier than that. But all you've done is just clean up your diet a little bit. You haven't changed what you're eating. Just being more mindful of it. One thing that
we also didn't eat for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say that. The guy fasted for 10 days.
One thing we forget that you are going to be hungry, so you got to try kind of find an enjoyment in being hungry. I'm not saying like obviously if you're extreme dieting, like dieting for a bodybuilding show, that's obviously not comfortable.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah, that's not sustainable at all. But finding a little bit of joy in being hungry, like knowing that the deficit's doing its thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely get a positive feedback mechanism when you're hungry, but then you see the scales move, and then you slowly see the belt go down, and it provides this like, stick to it. And it actually gets easier the further you go.
Yeah.
Even though the hunger might get harder, the actual consistency and reward gets easier the further you go.
I think last night was the first time like literally since January 1st that I was I ate like junk food.
Really?
But it wasn't even that bad. You want to know what he ate? We shared 2 oatmeal raisin cookies, a couple of banana muffin bars, and a little bit of chocolate.
James,
it.
what? That's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the first time in ages where I've been like, I really need something right now. Like, I've actually found like it's been a little bit of a win for me going to bed without having like some shit before bed.
Yeah, okay.
Which has been cool. But yeah.
And usually you've been having frozen mango and berries.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Frozen mango almost has the same texture as like sorbet.
Yeah.
It's so yummy.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Any other hacks? Tombo, what else are you doing?
I'm still finding this.
He's been having like a gigantic, very filling smoothie in the morning. And I guess like if...
Another big thing for me is my weekend I'm eating absolute shit on the weekend, but in a very controlled fashion. So I'm like saving all my calories and having like a stupidly big plate of nachos. Or I found a perfect balance now where I can have burgers for lunch and then nachos for dinner. Don't you dare take that other plate off, boy. Oh, he's taking it off. Don't do it. There it goes.
Oh, was he squatting? Oh.
He was unloading it.
Was it a squat or
I've
a
told him
bench?
that too because he squats with the racks in.
He put the racks in back first, but he took 3 plates off one side.
3 plates off one, bro.
Liam.
He listens to the potty too.
It didn't smack him in the bloody face, did
everyone's okay.
Okay.
It happened very slowly. I just my poor baby plates.
Oh, no.
Other hacks. Well, the liquid calories is an easy one for it to add up.
See, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I can't do smoothies because I need to chew on something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I could have one of those big fucking smoothies and I'd still be hungry after.
Same. I think that was an appetizer.
Yeah, because like I didn't have the action of chewing.
Yeah, but my smoothies are thick.
Yeah? So, okay. Yeah, maybe I need to try
Well, I put oats in them. You almost have to chew a little bit.
Yeah, true.
And it's like over a liter and 1,000 calories. It's
over a liter. Yeah, okay, that's different.
It's pretty filling.
Yeah, that's a kilo.
But yeah, Thomas allowing for like fun foods on the weekend and stuff is probably what keeps him going. You know,
James does something similar as the fun foods on the weekend. And when he does, we just have smaller meals. Like we might just have a coffee and that's it for breakfast. And then we'll have a small lunch and then we can have
a
that,
massive dinner.
Yeah, big dinner.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
Yoink.
No.
Yoink.
Oh. His face.
Oh, man. What do you do?
Oh, poor
Whoops.
guy.
Yeah.
How good is that owning a gym?
But also, if you need nutritional help, there's lots of...
Reach out. We'll help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot of the big ones.
Why everybody should be taking creatine. Do you guys take creatine?
Thomas doesn't.
What do you have?
5
grams a day?
Yeah, like 3 to 5 grams. I haven't been as consistent. I've been just thinking about it on training days lately, but I used to try to do it every day.
Do you notice a difference?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
How?
I feel like I've got a little extra edge when I'm training.
Yeah.
I feel...
You definitely push way harder when you're on creatine.
You reckon?
Really? Because I know
Yeah.
people that say the same thing. Like they just feel, they say, I take it for the mental clarity.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
And I can't really explain how it works, but I do know that that's what happens. And
I used to feel that way when I was taking it.
I've been so slack with it. I'm gonna start taking it from tomorrow.
I've been
Ooh.
saying that for weeks now. I've got the bag sitting in the cupboard. I just
Weeks.
keep forgetting. Months.
Years.
See, I hadn't touched it since I was a lot younger. And I actually tried to, now that when I started my new block and started committing to powerlifting again over Christmas, I started taking it again, and I don't know what happened over that 10 days or so, but something was wrong with my stomach. Extreme bloating that superseded what creatine should have done. But it was we went out and had a friend's breakfast, and I literally didn't eat again until dinner the next night.
Wow.
I was getting this intense stomach pain and bloating, and I'd only changed 2 things, and one of them was the creatine. So I stopped both of those things, and then it went away, and I'm just nervous to add it back in.
Yeah.
Well, I always feel sick for the first 2 weeks.
Really?
I feel real queasy.
Oh.
And then that goes away once
I've
I
never
get used
heard
to
that.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think not saying that you did this, but a lot of people do the loading phase that's recommended, which is absolutely scientifically bullshit.
I have done that, and then I stopped doing it when James told me it was bullshit.
It's bullshit to do that. It's bullshit. Someone who's saturated with creatine and does the highest explosive training is only going to burn through about 3 grams. So taking 10 grams a day is ridiculous. 5 grams per training session is more than enough.
So let's say people don't take it every day. Is taking it just on training days good enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Where did that loading phase come from?
Marketing, I assume.
Yeah, okay.
I'm assuming it was just it's such a cheap supplement, and it lasts so long because you're taking such a small amount that it just made sense to push it out
It's not as cheap as what it used to be, though.
It used to be
A lot more
$15 for a kilo or something.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between monohydrate and what's the other one? Phosphate?
There's ethyl ester and micronized creatine. I think it's just down to the rate of absorption, the size of the particles. I don't actually know. You should know. Something. How it sits in your stomach. Yeah.
So take creatine?
Yeah, for
Is
sure.
it beneficial for people that don't lift weights?
And unless you're doing some sort of explosive activity, and bear in mind, powerlifting is a slow activity in comparison to sprinting or something like that. If you're doing some sort of exercise that has high velocity, explosive components, then for sure it's beneficial. So weightlifting, powerlifting, absolutely. Any high explosive sport where you have to be quick off the mark, possibly. Much else, probably not.
It says here, be careful if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, have diabetes, or kidney or liver disease. Check with your doctor first.
Always. I don't think anyone's ever done that, but that's the recommendation for any supplement.
Do you know, it also says that if you have bipolar disorder, creatine may also increase your risk of mania.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Explains a lot of lifters.
That's crazy. Imagine being a doctor as well and someone books an appointment, they come in hey, can I take creatine? You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I've done it for years from a professional indemnity standpoint. When a lifter's I'm experiencing this pain, I'm have you tried NSAIDs like Voltaren? But I'll never say take Voltaren. I'll always say make sure it's okay with your doctor or something. And it's such a token statement that I know they're not going to do. It's I gotta write that just in case.
Yep.
Someone's allergic, has a heart attack.
Meg, I like your boots. They're very unique.
Oh, thanks.
They're really unique.
They're my America boots.
Is that where you got them?
No, wait. I'm pre-planning to wear them when we go to the Arnold.
Nice.
Oh, when is that?
2 weeks.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, we're meant to fly out 2 weeks today.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
You haven't booked flights, eh?
No. Do it the
Living
Monday
life
before.
on the wild side.
I did speak to my mum this morning about it, so. We're flying
What, you just
standby,
told
so
her?
you literally book them on the day.
Yeah, true. That stresses me out, bro.
Yeah, that stressed me out too.
Nah. What's the difference?
About $3,000. Oh no, wait, you never mind. Yeah, for me and Bridget, that would be fucking extra $1 million.
No, but like, let's say money was out of the equation. There's no real difference.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're secured on the plane. You don't know if it's going to get cancelled. Anything can happen.
That's true.
Very true.
Just chill. Doesn't matter. It does wig people out that I book accommodation when I get to the location.
You're speaking to the wrong audience.
Yeah,
Sweetie.
people don't like that about me. Or I like land and then book a car.
Yeah, you're wild. Fuck. Yeah, me
Yeah,
and
that's
Bridget are
pretty
planning our
crazy.
Euro trip right now. And do you see the group chat?
Yes.
They're already asking questions about, what have you guys planned? I'm like, fuck, we haven't planned
8
anything.
months away.
Yeah, we've booked our flights. That's it.
When we have a trip coming up, it becomes my life, like my identity.
Yeah.
I always love having a holiday goal.
We're out of time, aren't we? Don't you have a client in like 5 minutes?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. We got time for a quiz?
Did anyone write a quiz?
Didn't do a
Oh,
quiz.
you didn't do one? I thought you were
Nah,
doing-
sorry, I was trying
We'll
to.
have one next
That's all
week.
good.
All good. All right. Well, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to the ZeroW Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, ZeroW_weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.